theater is where I can say the things I never could in real life. Sometimes I can be completely free in everyday life, but on stage, I can. The theater is where my thoughts never stop. As a child, I was always drawn to the arts. I sang at school and took part in public speaking and recitation competitions. You could say I was a very active student. It was during those school years that I truly fell in love with the performing arts. This was our graduation performance. When I decided to pursue this profession, my mother had her doubts. By then, my father had already passed away. That's Dad, and that's me. My eldest brother became the head of the family after our father died. He was against my decision, but I was determined. I enrolled in a music college to study conducting. After graduating, I continued my education at the Worker Academy of Arts in Almaty.
Бірінші курсты бастадық, жан-жақтан жиналған жастар. Сол кезде Нұркен екеуміз бір курста.
We started our first year with students from all over the country. Nurken and I were in the same class, learning from the same teachers. At first, I didn't look at him and think, he's the one. Not at all.
Уақыт өте келе, араласа келе, жаңағы бізде енді жалпы актерлардың.
But as the time passed, we grew closer. Drama school is like one big family. We spent so much time together that we became like brothers and sisters. That's just the nature of actor training. As we got to know each other better, we started performing scenes for our exams.
Үзінділер болады, қойылымдардан жаңа емтиханға дайындайтын. Сондай бір үзінділердің бірінде біз...
In one of them, we played a married couple. That's where it all began. By the end of our first year, he proposed, and we started dating.
Аяғында ол сөз салып, екеуміз қыз бен жігіт болып кездесе бастадық.
We've been together since 1994. What I admired most was her character. She's driven, true to her word, honest, and has a strong sense of justice. She always knows right from wrong. That's what made me fall in love with her. When Astana became the new capital in 1998, we came together with our entire graduating class. In a way, we grew alongside the city itself.
When we joined the theater as young actors, we were immediately trusted with major roles. We were given demanding parts and cast in new productions without hesitation. Looking back, I see that as a tremendous blessing and a rare opportunity. Our profession is the study of the human soul.
Anna Karenina.
Getting ready for Anna Karenina. I'm playing Countess Vronskaya.
Өте күрделі мамандық.
It's an incredibly demanding profession. Working on a single role is comparable to defending a doctoral dissertation.
Рөлмен жұмыс жасау.
Әрине, ол мықты актердің ерекшелігі бір жасаған дүниесінің екіншісі.
One mark of a truly great actor is never repeating themselves. Classical plays may share similar characters, stories, and stage dynamics, but Ainur makes every role completely her own. One moment, she's Rosalind in Die Fledermaus, a gentle woman patiently waiting for her husband. The next, she is Hanuma, the sharp-witted matchmaker from Tagarelli's classic play. Every character is distinct. I've never seen Ainur create a role that feels like a copy of another.
Әйгілі классикалық дүние. Бұның барлығы бөлек. Айнұрды, анаған ұқсап кетіпті деп айтқан бейне жасағаны мен көрген емеспін.
The majestic Altai Mountains seem to be reaching toward the sky as if calling, "Don't forget us." No matter how many times we perform a play, it always feels like the first. If anything, it grows deeper. Every performance feels new. Before going on stage, I try not to talk to anyone. Nothing should distract you. That's the moment to gather your thoughts, focus completely, and prepare yourself for the stage. You're about to give your whole self to the performance, drawing together all your energy.
What makes Ainur unique is that she's also a singer. Simply put, Ainur performs in every musical production. Preparing for the role alone isn't enough. She also has to train her voice. Singing live for nearly 3 hours, accompanied by a full orchestra, requires tremendous vocal strength, control, and tone. She's incredibly disciplined and meticulous about every part of that process.
Адамның өмірі бір түп-түзу жол емес қой. Әрқайсысының, әр адамның басынан
Life is never a straight path. Every one of us goes through difficult times.
Біз енді актер ретінде еске сақтауға тырысамыз.
As an actress, I try to hold on to those experiences. I write them down in my journal. When I'm building a role, those pages become my guide.
Менің күнделігімдегі
The hardest moments of my own life often help me understand the character and find the emotional truth I need.
әдістемелік нұсқаулық ретінде көмектеседі.
Every time I remember those moments, even when I picture the cover of that journal, it takes me right back to that state of mind.
We worked together on Shidir, and I think she gave an outstanding performance. In rehearsals, it's often through mistakes that a role becomes truly authentic. Every mistake brings you a little closer to the truth of the character. That's one of Ainur's greatest strength. Whatever task she's given, she comes back having done 2 or 3 times more than expected.
көрермен залында менімен бірге ойланып, менімен бірге
When I feel the audience thinking with me, sighing with me, laughing with me, and sharing my sadness, that's where I find my greatest strength. I think every actor knows that feeling.
мен ойымша әр актер ондайды сезеді. Екінші баламды көтеріп жүрген кезде 6 жыл
When I was 6.5 months pregnant with my second child, I was performing in Chingiz Aytmatov's Mother Earth. I played Aliman, who dies in childbirth during the play.
шығарма бойынша босанып жатып қайтыс болады. Қорыққан жоқсың ба, қорықпайсың ба?
People asked me, weren't you afraid? Didn't you worry something might happen to you because of the role?
деп сұрағандар болды, бірақ
But no, to me it's a performance, it's a character. I always draw a clear line between myself and the person I'm portraying. I'm Ainur, and she's the character. Because of that, I was never afraid.
шекара жасап алғандықтан мен ешқандай ондай қорыққаным жоқ.
Анамыз арқылы біз өнердің тек сыртқы бейнесін ғана емес.
Through our mother, we came to understand not only the public side of art, but also everything behind it. People see her performances on stage and on screen. We see the countless hours of work, dedication, and effort that make those performances possible.
Жасаған, қаншама күш жұмсаған біз көреміз.
Кейбір сәттерді
Sometimes I wonder if we've missed certain moments. There are times when we're in rehearsals and performances from morning until night, and I ask myself whether we've missed parts of life along the way.
Бір күн айтқан, мен сенің
One day she said to me, I couldn't make it to your last school bell ceremony. Are you upset with me? But to me, that was never what mattered. What matters is that I can talk to my parents about anything. They're not just my parents, they're my friends. That's what's truly important.
Осындай бір қызық ситуация болған. Мен мектептен үйге келем.
There was one funny moment I still remember. I came home from school and was doing my homework. My parents were both home, and suddenly I heard them shouting at each other in the kitchen. I got scared. I looked at Akaris, he looked at me, and neither of us understood what was happening. We were really nervous. I slowly opened the kitchen door and saw them arguing with big gestures, raising their voices. I finally worked up the courage to say, Mom. She turned around and calmly said, What's wrong, son? We're just rehearsing. That's what it was like growing up in our family.
Рөлге дайындалып жатырмыз деген сөз айтты. Сондай бір ерекшеліктері бар енді.
және ең басты қолдау ол жолдасымның қолдауы.
The greatest support in my life has always been my husband. Whenever I have a new idea or want to explore something creatively, he's always there to encourage me.
Бәрін қолдап отыратын менің жолдасым.
Ainur's mother also played an enormous role. She raised our two boys from the time they were little and was always by our side. I am deeply grateful to her. Thanks to our parents, we never had to worry about the children. We were able to focus completely on our work.
My father's military uniform was one of my most treasured childhood memories. When I was little, I dreamt of growing up to be just like him. But life took me in a different direction, and I became an actress.
Әжесі
The grandmother seemed more worried about her husband than her grandson. I found that interesting.
бұл маған қызық көрінді.
I've always loved uniforms. As children, we would put on our father's military jacket, shoulder boards, and ties. They were far too big for us and hung loose, but we wore them anyway.
Бірақ бұл жерде
But I think there's something else behind this.
қандай?
What is it?
Босқа келдіңіздер.
You're worrying for nothing. He jumped himself. That's the forensic report. We'll be closing the case.
Бұл істі де жабатын болдық.
Маған ұнаған жобалардың бірі болды. Біздің бір тақырыбы да өте ауыр.
One of my favorite projects was Jus en bir. The subject matter is very difficult. I played a police lieutenant colonel in a unit that investigates domestic violence. The stories were all based on real events. At times, it was impossible to hold back our tears. No woman should be subjected to abuse, control, or have her freedom taken away. There have to be limits.
Бір нәрсені рұқсат етпеуге бөгет жасауға бола ма жалпы? Әр нәрсенің өлшемі бар. Құдай маған берген екен. Талант болсын, дарым болсын, білім болсын.
I've been fortunate. God has given me talent, knowledge, and opportunities. I share my art with audiences on stage, but I believe it should also give something back. For me, that means passing on what I've learned to the next generation. If I can share my knowledge and experience with my students, then that's my way of giving back. That's why I teach.
Сол себепті ұстаздық етемін.
Мен Айнұрдың ұстаздығына құрметпен қарайтын адаммын. Білесіз бе, басқа ұстаздықтан гөрі өнердегі...
I have great respect for Ainur as a teacher. Teaching acting is very different from teaching most other subjects. It's not about standing in front of a class explaining the alphabet or multiplication. Stage teaching begins with the teacher's own craft. By maintaining their own artistic standards, they inspire and shape their students. A theater teacher is a mentor, a guide, someone who nurtures talent. In the end, it's their own professionalism that becomes the greatest lesson for the next generation.
Шәкірттерін дайындайтын мектеп деп есептеймін.
Оған керегі тек осы зат екені айтпаса да белгілі.
Дубляжда біздің театрдың актерлары жұмыс жасайды.
When I first started in dubbing, theater actors mainly worked on voiceover projects. Back then, the original dialogue was still audible underneath. It wasn't fully synchronized dubbing, but I was fascinated by it. As the industry evolved and we moved to full lip-sync dubbing, I was invited to join.
Деңгейіне жетеміз деген кезде мен шақырту алдым.
Рапунцель қызым, үйірім қашып кетті, сезім жетегіне ері.
Дубляжда біздің қазақ көрермені, қазақ балалары неліктен үлкен әлемдік деңгей.
I've always believed Kazakh audiences, especially children, deserve to enjoy world-class films in their own language. That's why we began investing so much effort in dubbing. We worked on Oscar-winning animated films, including Coco. I was the music director on that project, and my musical background was a huge advantage. My younger son voiced the main character, Miguel, while the dubbing director was my former student, Shakhmurad Ordabayev. The film was dubbed into many languages, 17 if I remember correctly, and the Kazakh version was recognized as the best of them all.
Аударылса, 17 тілге аударылды ғой деймін. Ең үздігі болып қазақ тіліндегі дубляж саналды, үздігі болып табылды.
Алда бар бапаямайды, апаң бәлләр.
Әйел адамды негізі нәзік жанды, әлсіз жанды деп айтады ғой. Бірақ мен әлсіз деп айтпас едім. Себебі
People often describe women as delicate or fragile. I wouldn't. Men may be physically stronger, but women often carry burdens that many men would struggle to endure. Their strength is simply different and no less remarkable.
әйел адамның көтеретінін кей кезде еркектердің шыдамай кететін дүниелеріне әйел шыдап төзіп отыратын кездерде болады.